Hey, folks, as Alan said, we're going to talk about platform engineering. There's an article over on platformengineering.com. We invite you to check that out. But it says that sometime after the turn of the decade, this platform engineering market will be worth, I don't know, I think it was $40 billion. Is that the number, Alan, right? But Garima, let's go to you. I mean, here's my problem with this whole report. And it's my problem with any of these reports. But um, so we were investing in other things in IT before platform engineering came around. So are we just double counting here because some of this was our DevOps spending and our IT infrastructure spending already? Or is this actually on something called platform engineering that's net new above and beyond what we were already spending?
Thank you for that question. And again, I'll start from basics and then we go on to this question. So I was reading this report as well. And there is another report from Gartner, which says that in 2026, around 80% of large software engineering organizations is expected to have a dedicated platform engineering team. And if you look back, like this momentum somewhere started in 2020, 2021, and then it has picked up from there. But what is, to your question, what is fueling this growth, right? I mean, of course, there's a plethora of tools and applications, but I will actually identify two areas which is fueling this growth, and it becomes more exciting for investment per se from DevOps and SRE practitioners. The first aspect is AI and the interest of AI native workloads, integration of AI and advanced technologies. And when you talk about commercialization of generative AI technology and other advanced analytics, this is pushing enterprises to upgrade their infrastructure, for example, including centers and networking, storage. And I'll come to some of the recent announcements which will prove this point. Um, Another growth example, and this is again based on my findings, is there's a substantial amount of interest in vertical powerhouses like banking and financial domain when it comes to platform engineering. So we have often talked about how lucrative it looks from large or enterprise level, this platform engineering, because it, of course, it cut down the overload. It also has streamlined developer workflows. It has substantially contributed to developer productivity. But there was one thing which I was watching out for. What is it in for small companies or mid-sized companies? Because it was not proven that platform engineering is providing benefits, because it becomes a limitation to a certain extent if you look at small companies who have to invest 4 or 5 people into upkeeping the platform. But now there's an interesting development because of this AI integration or AI native development. And this interesting development, I will quote some of these cloud providers. So cloud providers have jumped into the bandwagon, right? And platform engineering has become an essential component for cloud service providers. For example, if you see what Azure has done, they have launched this dev box, which is basically a ready to code environment, which is cloud based development environment, and it is primarily targeting like small companies, right? So this is an substantial amount of it has gained substantial amount of interest from small companies and even solopreneurs. Another interesting development which has happened from a cloud perspective is, let's say, Azure Arc. If you look at Azure Arc, what they have done is that they are not talking about interoperability. The same game which they have done when they explored like beyond Microsoft, right? So Azure Arc is exploring multi cloud environment and how this platform would enable multi cloud environment. Of course, they see the need in the AI era, right? If you look at other cloud providers, they are still kind of pivoting carefully. For example, Google has this GKE first perspective on their development platforms, as well as AWS. It's also treading cautiously. But what the most important development of the week, and this is was also covered by TechStrong TV, was Broadcom, and the announcement by Broadcom, that VMware, this platform VCF9, and what VCF9 is kind of doing is that it's enabling platform engineering concepts to a certain extent for private cloud, right? So then it's changing the game a little bit here. And why this whole interesting development is happening is, to a certain extent, it's fueled by AI and AI native software development. We can talk a little bit more about MCP, for example, and MCP Marketplace, which is another exciting development which is happening. And I do believe that MCP Marketplace will be a new feature in platform engineering or platform engineering space. So it has a lot of potential in that regards. But I will give it back, Mike, to you for more perspective on this.
So yeah, here's my take on this, guys. Mike, to your original question, Garima, there was a great answer. Platform engineering needs a Statue of Liberty. And since we don't seem to believe what's written under the Statue of Liberty anymore in this country, maybe we should give it to platform engineering. And it says, send me your, what does the Statue of Liberty say? Send me your homeless, send me your, poor people,
Or
send me,
your huddled masses.
right?
Yeah.
Your unhuddled masses, all that stuff. The deal with platform engineering is it's not really new. When you look under the covers, the name platform engineering is sort of new, and the title of platform engineer is sort of new. But the things that platform engineers do is not new. We've been doing them for years. We had sysadmins doing them, and we had, ops people doing them, and what SREs do today, and all, So when we look at that $40 billion, a lot of it was money that we were already spending. Maybe it was under different tents or different titles, and we're now pulling it under the umbrella of platform engineering as it pulls all these disparate unhuddled masses of people and gives them a place. Platform engineering.
So are you saying, Alan, that the growth projections and total available market refers to the total available market for a marketing term, a new marketing term, platform engineering?
Not a new marketing term, but it's a new grouping of existing dollars. And when you look at the history of modern platform engineering, since we coined the term, well, originally it really referred to, can I manage Kubernetes? Because it was really tied into cloud native and Kubernetes. But it's morphed a little since then. It's grown. It's not only now can I manage Kubernetes, but what's really driving platform engineering today is I need to manage my internal development platform, internal developer platform, my IDP. And the IDP is what's driving our platform engineering team. And that lends itself, Garima, to your point, that lends itself to large organizations where you need an IDP because you've got dozens, hundreds, thousands of developers. If you're a little shop with a half a dozen people coding, you probably really don't need an IDP, and then hence you maybe don't need a platform engineering team.
So if you're an insurance company, okay, if you're only doing insurance, are you a platform or you still have one function? If you're a bank, you maybe become a platform because you may do multiple things. If you're a cybersecurity vendor like Palo Alto or McAfee used to be, when you have multiple products, you have a platform. So I guess we need to also think about the idea that if I don't have a very big development shop, as you're saying, or many different products, I'm not going to be a platform.
If you don't have a big development shop, you may not need an IDP, and hence you may not need platform engineering.
I'm going to go a step further, though, because I think that this is the beginning of something larger. And great that we're talking about IDPs and centralizing application development. But let's be honest. The management of IT in the enterprise is a friggin' mess and has been for years. We have all these different silos. We spend a fortune on the cost of labor to manage all that stuff, and mainly because we're spending a huge amount of time trying to integrate and maintain this stuff. It is fundamentally economically insane. Platform engineering is a step towards centralizing that in a way that makes it accessible, right? I have the notion of self-service so people can take care of what they need, and I'm not beholden to some autocratic CIO somewhere to do every stupid little thing that I want to do. But we have to get back to some fundamentals of the economics of IT, which right now is kind of a disaster. So this is a step in the right direction.
Right. I agree with Mike and Alan, both of you, because I wanted to kind of also shed some light on, why platform engineering becomes very important for DevOps practitioners. Because history reminds us why DevOps was important was we were lean, right? And with the plethora of tools which we see, the complexity has increased tenfold, right? So platform engineering is streamlining those developer workflows. This is like providing some kind of value for money for companies and investments. Even if it was investments in 10 different directions, I think platform engineering is giving that lever or a tool to ensure that the return of investment is secured by investing in the right kind of tools. I'm also following some of the talks. One of the great talks this week was on DevOps Munich. There was a conference there where they were talking about graveyards of tools, because there is a lot of tools which are becoming obsolete. So I mean, there is a potential of looking at it from platform perspective, very different with a different lens. And to your point, actually, you mentioned that if you're an insurance company or a banking company, I would say that every company is a software company today. So this is very, very important that we ensure that we take our software workload developer experience very seriously. And why it is important, essentially becoming important for smaller companies, is because it provides you the capability to exponentially scale.
Right. And scale is what it's about. And scale is what platform engineering is about. But hey, we got to take a break. We ran out of time for this topic today. I apologize. But we're going to come back. We've got some cybercrime investigations, and we got a couple of cybercrime sleuths right here. You're watching Tech Strong Gang.